Before we continue with this video, I just want to say that there are some spoilers in here. If you have yet to play Persona 5 or planning on playing Persona 5 and don't want to be spoiled in any way, I advise that you do not continue watching this video. There will be some spoilers, both visual and audio here and there. Most are minor, but there are some major ones. But yeah, to those that do decide to stay, everything I say in this video is 100% opinion. I'd definitely be interested in seeing your ideas, wishes, and thoughts in the comment section. Thank you. So, Joker was actually confirmed for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate DLC and the very first DLC pack too. When the trailer came on at the Game Awards, I instantly knew it would be a Joker and Smash announcement, considering Nintendo had yet to have a really big announcement. I was also expecting some type of Smash DLC announcement from them, and there was no way they would reveal a P5 Arena or P5R or expanded version of P5, whatever you want to call it, at the Game Awards. I just did not see that happening at all, because Nintendo had yet to have a really big announcement, and like there was no way their announcement would be like P5 Arena or P5R for the Switch, because P5R, I'm guessing there's gonna be some type of like expanded version of P5, kind of like P4 Golden. I don't really think that's that big of a deal, and this is coming from me. I really don't think that's that big of a deal. Like, I'll obviously still be pretty excited for it, but it's not a Game Awards reveal, you know what I mean? So I actually knew it would be some type of like Persona and Smash type thing, and it was just confirmed when like Joker had the letter in his hand. I was going crazy. But yeah, considering Joker has always been one of my most wanted characters, I was of course like really hyped for this. Like, it's crazy, but he was one of those characters I always thought would fit so well in Smash, and although I was never super confident in his chances, I still had hope that he would be in. So yeah, of course I was hyped. I'll be talking about everything I hope to see from DLC Pack 1, from Joker's moveset to stages to music tracks and to even little details and Easter egg type stuff, since I do know Sakurai likes to include all those like little details and stuff. Considering he will be coming in a DLC pack, I doubt I'll be super disappointed in whatever Sakurai decides to include, but I thought it would be fun to share my ideas of stuff I not only think we'll see, but stuff I hope to see as well. Joker in his regular real world form isn't anything too crazy, apart from being decently fit and smart. This is suggested through various pieces of dialogue in the game and even seen when controlling him. However, Joker in Phantom Thief form is a completely different story, like completely different story. He's extremely nimble, flashy, and just really acrobatic. His movement and attributes, I feel, are going to be based a lot around that. Before I go in depth with specific attribute values, I just wanted to say that I use Kurogane Hammer's values to compare and decide on values for Joker. You can check out Kurogane Hammer's website if you're interested in super in-depth values of Smash characters, and his Twitter if you want to follow him. So weight is essentially how easy it is for characters to be KO'd at lower percents. The higher the weight value, the harder it'll be. I see him being at the very bottom of middleweight, along with the likes of Marth, Lucina, and Diddy Kong with a weight value of 90. I know Joker is just a Japanese high school student in his second year, which means he's about like 16. I think the wiki says he's like 17 or something like that. I think he is 17 like by the end of the game, probably. I don't think his birth date is revealed, but I do think he's like 17 by the end of the game. But yeah, Smash doesn't necessarily take weight literally most of the time, so I think this is the perfect value for someone as nimble and acrobatic as Joker. It doesn't make him super lightweight, but he's nowhere near a heavy character. Joker, though nimble and acrobatic, isn't exactly blazing fast, but he's pretty fast. I see his run speed value being right between Young Link and Bayonetta at about 1.755. His dash animation would definitely be exactly the same as his dash animation in Persona 5. You know, like not the little like regular like walking animation in like palaces and stuff, like where he like jogs or something. But I'm talking about the actual dash animation where he where you hold R for him to like run like really fast. I think like that's definitely gonna be his dash animation in Smash, so yeah, it'll be pretty cool. As far as his walk speed, I see it being about the same as Shulk's, considering the animations are somewhat similar and it really isn't that fast anyway. So definitely at about 1.155, which is I believe Shulk's value. He's been shown to be very fast in the air, so his airspeed would be about the same as Sheik and Cloud's at 1.155. His fall and fast fall speed values, which are exactly what the names imply, would be about right between Sheik and Snake's at 1.74 and 2.784 respectively. His air acceleration value, which basically indicates how fast the character reaches their maximum airspeed, would be about the same as characters like Mario, Robin, and Greninja at 0.08, which is a pretty like basic average like value for air acceleration. It would be very weird and interesting if Joker could have more than 2 jumps because of Arsene, because Arsene could probably like fly with him, but I don't know, that would just be like really stupid, and it just really wouldn't fit the character at all. I don't know, I just don't see that happening. I'm sure he'll just have the standard amount of jumps at 2. Considering just how flamboyant and acrobatic he is, I could definitely see him having a wall jump, because wall jumps are like really useful and they're pretty cool to have. So, and he is a Phantom Thief, so of course, I don't know, I could just definitely see him having a wall jump. A Walkling though, I'm not sure, probably not, because I don't think I've ever seen him like clinging on walls in the game. I don't know, I don't really think he will have a Walkling, but yeah, there's that. Being a Phantom Thief, crawling is a big part of maneuvering undetected. There are various points in the game where he even crawls, so I think they would use that particular animation. He doesn't really have anything to tether with, so I don't see any tethering being included in his moveset. But that is really just about it for what I think his values are going to be. Again, I did use existing Smash characters to kind of like compare and like see what I feel Joker would like feel like, I guess, in Smash. So yeah, there's that. At the time of near complete editing, some of Joker's in-game stats actually leaked from a data mine. I won't talk about the specifics, but it was very interesting to see how some of them compared to my predictions. I definitely can't wait to fully compare not only his stats, but his entire moveset when he's officially released. As far as his attack moves are concerned, his moveset should revolve around usage of his dagger, pistol, stealth maneuvers, and usage of Arsene. I can definitely see them going the multiple persona route, but I think Arsene being the only persona feature in his moveset allows for a more focused moveset, if that makes any sense. You can definitely make the argument that Pokemon Trainer has multiple Pokemon, but the thing with that is that the full focus is on the individual Pokemon and not Pokemon Trainer. A moveset featuring just Arsene allows for more emphasis on Joker's individual abilities, while Arsene basically like supplements him. I'm also not very big on multiple persona idea either, to be honest. I think other persona will get to shine on whatever stage they include with Joker as hazards or in the background. Plus, it would be pretty cool to see Arsene's outs matching with Joker's. I'll definitely be going over outs I would like to see later, so you should stick around for that. Also, it's fine that some moves that utilize Arsene aren't specials, considering Arsene really only learns one damaging skill that uses SP. As far as Joker is concerned, being a Phantom Thief, he's very stealthy, so I think his moveset would have a bunch of evasive elements to it, but that's really just what I think. I'll be talking about some other options after I'm done with my main moveset, and with that being said, let's get into his attacks. Alright, so to begin, Joker's fighting stance will definitely be his in-battle stance in P5, dagger held and everything. I'd be kind of disappointed if it was anything else, but it doesn't really matter if it's more based off the one during his turn, which is more focused, or the one during the teammate's turn, which is more laid back. It could even be a combination of the two. Alright, so I know this might catch some people off guard, but hear me out. I know for sure Bullet Hail or Rapid Fire will be in his moveset in some way. I think it could be one of 4 things, and those 4 things are Neutral B, or special, whatever like you people say, side B, side tilt, or neutral attack, or jab, whatever you want to call it. I truly believe it would make the most sense if it was neutral attack. Just hear me out. In Smash, what is the most universally mashable move? Neutral attack, that's exactly what. Considering bullet hell literally involves mashing, I think it would be fitting as Joker's neutral attack. Basically, you can either tap the button to fire how many bullets at a time you want, or you can hold or mash the button to do like massive damage with just one neutral attack. No, it doesn't stale, which basically means the damage of each individual bullets doesn't decrease due to spamming. And yes, each bullet has enough hit stun or whatever Mega Man's pellets have to combo into each other. And probably even more than Mega Man's pellets. I don't know. It would be kind of broken then, probably. As far as range goes, I'm not exactly sure, but I'd assume maybe about the same range as Mega Man's pellets. Or pellets, I keep saying pellets, I don't know. The catch to this, however, is that you would only have 16 bullets, just like in P5, without, I believe there's like a confidant ability that gives you like more bullets, if I recall correctly. I think 16 was definitely the like the initial like amount of bullets Joker specifically had. The amount of bullets out of 16 left would be displayed on his icon on the HUD, just like some other characters, like special stuff like Cloud's Limit, Robin's Tomes, stuff like that. The HUD for its stock icon would look something very similar to this. And big shout outs to TripTech on Twitter for letting me use his Joker model for this video. You can follow him at yo_TripTech on Twitter. The man makes some amazing models. Some of his other attacks also involve him using his pistol, and they consume bullets as well. I know he can't normally reload at all in P5, but for Smash purposes, I think his bullets would automatically reload one at a time over time. I'm not sure what the time between each reload would be, but yeah, that's the idea. I think it would also be cool if he had a reserve ammo idle animation or taunt that fully reloads his pistol. But yeah, the idea is to make his gun attacks decently strong and useful, but limited for the most part. I don't know, this isn't exactly something that'd be optimal competitively, but it just feels like an idea Sakurai would actually implement. The bullets could also just auto reload after a set amount of time on their own, kind of like Robin's magic. I could see his dash attack being like Snake's in the sense that it's a rolling attack, but the new thing about it is that if you hold the attack button, he kind of slides away on the ground on his back, kind of like what he does in Palaces when he like gets under obstacles and stuff. He would also have a leg extended outwards that deals single hit damage. The extra slide just gives him an extra option and emphasizes a bit of the evasive part of the moveset's concept. His forward tilt could be very similar to Roaring Crom's animation wise, and would involve him swiping forward with his dagger. The animation could be a nod to the regular engage enemy attack animation, and it will probably be decently strong. Another option for his forward tilt could be a type of forward kick, since he seems to like doing that a lot in Palaces. Like when he breaks the camera control stations in Kanashiro's Palace, and like when he tries to stop the ball traps in Futaba's. I think the dagger one is the one I prefer, but honestly both would be cool. But the dagger one would just be a bit more viable competitively, if you say. His up tilt would probably be some type of like upwards dagger swipe that combos into itself at lower percents and is good for anti-airing. His down tilt will be very reminiscent of his crouching gunshot from his critical hit. The animation would of course be very similar to the animation for the last attack in his critical hit, and it will probably be a kill option at higher percents, and because of this maybe it would use at least 2 bullets. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know if his like stronger gun attacks would use more than 1 bullet. I don't know. It would just kind of make sense from a balancing standpoint, but I don't know. It's a very like it's a very interesting concept, I know, but but I don't know. Maybe it would use 2 bullets. Maybe it would use 1, but all I know is that it would be pretty strong. It would be kill option at higher percents, so that's just what I think. I think his in-battle attack is 100% unlocked for his force smash, but that's just me. I know there are some people that think it would make sense. It will make more sense as his neutral attack, neutral combo, whatever you want to call it. But I think this makes more sense, and I don't know. It would be like a 3-hit force smash, just like how the attack itself in the game is 3 hits. I'm pretty sure there are some 3-hit force matches, like I think Cloud's is 3 hits. I'm not sure, but yeah, it would make sense as a force smash, I think. His up smash, I actually have no clue what his up smash would really be, but I can definitely see it being like some type of acrobatic flip kick, kind of like what Fox does. I could just definitely see it working, especially with Joker, and it would make sense. His down smash is definitely going to be the first move I discussed that involves Arsene, and it would probably be Arsene's cleave skill. It would do absolute work on shields, but it would only hit in one direction to kind of like balance it, I guess. It would be pretty cool to see some like cool reads with this move, like maybe like pivot down smash or something, I don't know. But yeah, it would also hit pretty low, so you know, like you can't really crouch it, I guess. I think it would be cool if he shouts like Persona with every move involving Arsene, but it might get kind of annoying. But he should at least do it with his neutral B, which I will be getting to very, very soon. Alright, so his aerials were definitely the hardest part for me to come up with, because you don't really see him doing a lot of aerial attacks in the game, so it was just kind of hard to come up with aerials for him. So a lot of these are going to be just like head cannons, or I don't even know if that's the right word, but yeah, you get what I mean. His neutral air, it could probably be like a mid-air twirl in which he has one leg outwards, kind of similar to what Bayonetta does, because you know, Joker is pretty showboaty and like flashy and stuff, so you know, why not? His back aerial could be some type of like backwards kick, or it could be a super strong like spinning gunshot that consumes at least 2 bullets maybe. Again, I don't know if like they'll make stronger like gun based attacks like consume more bullets, I don't know. But yeah, it can be angled and have much less range than the bullet hell and neutral attack, considering its strength. Because the animation would make sense, I think it would be cool if his forward air was like a quick version of the kick Naruto does when he kicks Madara's True Seeking Orb. I know it's kind of random, but to be real with you, I honestly don't know what his fair would be. It could probably be another strong aerial gunshot that can be angled just like his bear, or a different type of kick. I'm also not sure what his upper would really be either. It could be an upwards kick, kind of like what Lucario does, or a flipping kick, kind of like what Bayonetta does. Either one of those could actually work. Yeah. I think his down air would probably be very similar to Richter and Simon's as far as its properties go. To differentiate, it would probably go straight down instead of at an angle, so it would actually be like Greninja's in that aspect. It'd be dope if he could grab ledges out of it too, because I don't think there's anything like that in Smash right now where there's like a dare that lets you like grab the ledge out of it regardless of height. I don't think there's anything like that in Smash, but yeah, it would be pretty cool to see it on Joker. You know, he's a DLC character, you know, DLC privilege, you already know. His grab animation would be very similar to the animation when he breaks the searchable objects in palaces. Like, he already has a grab animation they could literally draw from, and it would like make sense. Like, this is a no-brainer. Like, they might as well just do it, honestly, because he already has a grab animation basically. Some of his throws could involve him jumping on the opponent's head and or back and kicking him away, referencing a bit of the ambush animations. I don't think he'll have any super strong kill throws, but who really knows, man? Who knows? He's a DLC character, so I don't know. A cool idea for a throw could involve him dancing with the opponent before like scrolling or throwing them away. Like, this could be like a really cool nod to the rhythm games and like the intro, like kind of like what Ryuji does to Morgana in the intro, something like that. Yeah, but that's really it for like throws and like his grab. The super obvious choice for Joker's neutral special is definitely Arsene's Aha or Aha. I know it isn't actually a projectile, but like more of an instant attack. But for Smash purposes, I see it working kind of like Greninja's Water Shuriken. Uncharged, it's a decently fast traveling projectile that hits once but does little damage. As you charge it, it does more damage. When fully charged, it becomes a slow traveling multi-hit projectile that ends with a rising blast that more so references how it actually is in P5 and the anime, and knocks the opponent away while dealing big damage. It would definitely be a bit stronger than Greninja's Water Shuriken, I think, just to kind of emphasize the strength of Persona. I think I have this cool idea for a side special that's also true to source material. It will probably be called Sneak and Ambush. It basically involves Joker essentially sneaking in a way, and the animation would be very similar to the sneaking done in P5's Palaces. It would function kind of like Fox's Illusion with a bit of Lucario's extreme speed. I'm talking about Smash Fox, not Yusuke. Yeah, but it would function like Fox's Illusion with a bit of Lucario's extreme speed, in the sense that you can curve it a bit. It goes through opponents regardless of whether they're shielding or not, but it doesn't have a hitbox during the sneaking part of it. Joker is also intangible for most of the attack, but the cool thing about the move is that if he happens to sneak towards the back of an enemy, the ambush part of the move activates.
I see a shadow. Be careful.
Treasure chest. Why don't we open it?
I'll reveal your true form.
It functions like a command grab basically, in which he attacks the enemy in a similar fashion to the ambush animation while dealing good damage and grounding the opponent. Not burning, I actually just wanted to make that clear, but grounding the opponent. This forces a tech chase, which of course is the act of following or predicting an opponent's tech or floor recovery in order to attack them before they can respond, for those that don't know. I think this move can really be good. I think it can be really good like out of a roll or when crossing up. It will be mad dope and probably even one of his strongest tools in theory, of course. He also doesn't go into free fall when sneaking in midair, and when ambush activates on an opponent in the air, he and the opponent slowly descend while he rips off their mask, figuratively speaking, and it basically meteors or spikes the opponent. I don't know about you, but it would just be cool to hear him like say I'll reveal your true form whenever like ambush activates. For Cell Special, I think you could have a move called Wings of Rebellion. Basically with this move, Arsene exerts an aura to essentially fly with Joker, because of course Joker cannot fly. It would work kind of like Snake Cypher as far as its mechanics are concerned. I think Arsene would definitely have a constant hitbox, but you'll be able to hit Joker himself out of it, while Arsene would basically be untouchable. So basically it would, I guess it would be different from Snake Cypher in the sense that you cannot like hit the means by which Joker uses to fly, which is Arsene. You can't actually hit that and stop Joker from flying. You would have to hit Joker himself out of it. So yeah, I think it would be pretty cool. I think combining this move with some of Joker's other moves like Sneak could be pretty cool and effective. I know the move doesn't exactly appear in any type of P5 media, but it would definitely be cool to see, and it would just make sense. A more true to source material idea for his L special would be the confidant ability you get from Ifumi, Kakoi, Kuzuchi. It would basically function like a normal teleport would and is initiated by Joker snapping his fingers, similar to the move in game. It would be pretty cool, and honestly both ideas would, so I'm fine with both honestly. His down special is definitely the one where you can be really creative with, especially when you don't want it to be another counter type thing, which I could definitely see them doing considering there literally are passive counter skills in Persona, like multiple. An idea I have for it would be an acrobatic twirling flip, akin to what he does in P5's intro animation called Stylish Maneuver. I think this move would kind of showcase a bit of Joker's showboating nature, and I just think it would be pretty cool. It could work in a similar fashion to Zero Suit's flip jump in the sense that he can perform an attack out of it. The attack would basically be a maximum of 3 gunshots. And this part of the move would be called Downshot in reference to the confidant's ability of the exact same name from P5. The first 2 shots do small damage and send the opponent back very slightly, like we're talking like inches here. This isn't something that's gonna like send them flying. They also stun the opponent enough for the next shot to connect, and if the 3rd shot does connect, the opponent would be grounded. I think it'd be fitting considering how many grounding moves Sakurai decided to add for some reason. And I'm talking like buried, not like grounded and ground. Like I'm talking buried. There would be points where he might not be able to get all 3 shots off due to landing early. So in those situations, it wouldn't ground or bury and would just have the initial effect or effects from the first 2 shots. Regardless, the move would use up however many bullets were fired. It would be cool if the special maneuver part of the move had a special property where Joker is completely intangible until he lands or until the animation ends for like mid-air purposes. If it were to end in mid-air, it'd probably have just as much control as Zero Suit's flip jump and maybe a bit more or less. Obviously, preferably a bit more. The downside to the move is that he probably wouldn't be able to grab the ledge out of it, or maybe he would, but at that point it might be a little too good. But either way, it'd be aight. Also, the move would probably have a tad bit of landing lag due to Joker striking a 3-point landing pose that can be cancelled. And this is with or without the gun, depending on if he initiated the downshot part of the move. Maybe it would be able to be cancelled. I honestly don't know right now. I'd have to think about it. The entire point of the move is to evade while just showing off, while he also has an attacking mix-up with his pistol. His final smash would most definitely be all-out attack. I think this is one most can definitely agree on. Like, it's a move usually used as a finisher in Persona, and would give some of the other Phantom Thieves some spotlight in Smash as well. And I just think it would be pretty cool to see. The triggering attack animation would probably be a gunshot, so like this is basically the attack that would like trigger the cinematic basically. But yeah, the gunshot, I don't know if it would use a bullet, but I don't know. But yeah, this would lead into a cinematic holdup with 3 other randomly selected Phantom Thieves, followed by the actual all-out attack. Any opponent at 100% or above would trigger the closing all-out attack animation featuring Joker, just Joker, and be instantly KO'd. I personally would be hyped as hell to see Sinful Shell, but I definitely prefer all-out attack just because it includes the other Phantom Thieves, and I also think Sinful Shell and Satanel are 2 biggest spoilers considering P5 is still relatively new, and they probably are going to be releasing it on the Switch, so I'm pretty sure a lot of new players are going to be playing P5, so they probably don't want to release spoilers in Smash before that happens. I know I miss some other Arsene skills, like Dream Needle especially, but I'm not exactly sure how it would really work or fit in Joker's arsenal. I could def see them implementing it in some way, but I'm not sure if they actually will. I honestly don't know why people think they'll like use all its Arsene skills, because I don't know, they don't really have to. But they also have the option of giving Arsene some moves he only can get like through fusion, which would be kind of cool, but I really think limiting Arsene skills to his level up skills is just like the way to go. So the moveset is just a bit more flexible, I guess. And so Joker just has like more time to shine, you know. Again, I think other skills will be shown in some way as hazards or something, like on like whatever stage Joker comes with through other Persona. Again, multiple Persona could definitely be implemented in some way, and I would be very interested to see how, but I don't think the idea would fit Joker as a character. Sure, it would kind of represent the Persona protagonist from the main games as a whole well, but I truly believe he'll just have Arsene, kind of like how Yu just has Izanagi in Persona Arena, and how the other characters in P4 Arena have like just their respective signature persona. But yeah, that's about it for my Joker moveset concept. I'll continue by covering everything else I want to see from the DLC pack and Joker himself. So yeah, there's that. Of course, I cannot forget to cover his victory and idle animations, as well as his taunts and other animations. To start, I think his ledge get up animation would definitely be similar to his ledge shenanigans in P5, like the animation for those. It would just be pretty cool to see. As far as taunts go, one of them could be based off when he calls / switches to Arsene. Like he'd have his hand over his face while like striking a pose and like calling Arsene, while Arsene appears with like the blue fire. Like that would be dope as fuck, holy shit. Another one could involve the little music notes that appear when he gets a social stat boost. He could probably hold like a calling card while chuckling or something. I don't know, but I think the social stat increase will appear in some way. Now I know it will probably be in his final smash, but I think one of his victory animations would definitely be based off the closing animation of All Out Attack. He could even have a taunt based off of it as well. Regardless, I just think the pose is definitely appearing for sure. If we're being real, it's become like a really like iconic pose for like Persona in like general, Persona 5 in general. They could probably have him say like the show's over or some bullshit like that in reference to the actual like screen. It would be so fire like if he had a victory animation based off this art. Arsene could like probably even be featured in some way, but I think he'll definitely like have a super cinematic victory animation that features Arsene. The pose in the art could also work in like a taunt, I guess, where he like faces the screen or something. I most definitely will not ignore the victory lap, as I think it's definitely a lock for a victory animation, considering what I think will for sure be the victory theme, which by the way would loop just like Cloud's. He could drop down from nowhere before he starts running, kind of like how he does in the infiltration log screen. It would be cool to see more of Ultimate's victory screen background too, but I'm very curious on like what the little freeze frame would be for the victory animation. The camera could probably zoom in on his face right as he lands or something, I don't know. But yeah, I think a cool idea for a taunt would involve Joker like pointing his pistol forward while saying hold up or something, like in reference to like the actual like hold up in P5. If he does have a taunt like that, I guarantee you I'll be like mad trolling with it. Like I'll be completely trolling, bro. The menus don't look at me like that art would also make a cool victory animation. I just think it would be really dope to see a reference like that, and considering how well Sakurai makes cool references, I wouldn't even be surprised. And for the last animation I'll cover, his on-screen appearance at the start of matches. I don't know, he could probably like drop from the sky or something, I guess. I really don't know. As far as outs are concerned, they could just be based off all the Phantom Thieves, but honestly, that would be mad boring. Like, come on now. Like, it is something I could definitely see them doing, and it is actually the likely, like, route, I guess. But I actually made a hypothetical set of outs featuring some colors I'd be down to see. Of course, you'd have the default Joker, along with 7 recolors. I try to make these as like diverse as possible, because if they do base it off like the actual Phantom Thieves, I just don't see his outs being that diverse, man. I don't want another like Cloud situation with his outs. But yeah, for the recolors, I think he'll definitely have a mostly red one. It could be based off Arsene with like a bit of On. Like they could actually give him On's pink gloves if they wanted it to be super obvious. I also think he'll have one based off the twins and like Velvet Room assistants in general for his blue one. They could also even give him like the white hair recolor too. I'd honestly be fine with that, although I do prefer his hair color to stay the same just a bit more, just like slightly. But I think like the more true to like the reference outs are like more interesting, even though on some characters they kind of look ugly. I don't know, but yeah, I'd honestly be fine with his green one being based off Futaba, because I think that's like the obvious choice. Yeah, I think I personally think the neon green gloves would look just like really dope. And again, they could give him a hair recolor to make it a bit more obvious, but yeah. For his yellow one, it could mostly be a mix of like Akechi and Ryuji. He could have like a yellow coat, I guess, with like white what do you call it, whatever like he wears inside, innerwear, I guess. I don't know, what do you call, I think it's like a suit he wears. It's some kind of like suit he wears, I don't know. But yeah, it would be pretty cool to see that too. I think it'd be really cool if he had like a purple one that referenced what was his name, Raido from the Devil Summoner games, and it'd definitely be dope. Like I actually would probably use this one the most, based on like what I made, of course. I definitely like to see some more references outside Persona as far as Alter are concerned, for sure. He'd also definitely have a Jack Frost one. Like, come on now, Jack Frost is basically the mascot of Atlas and like Shin Megami Tensei Persona in general. I think blue hair would be cool, and I couldn't decide between a blue core or a white one, but you know, either is cool. And of course the last one would be based off like Haru, just because I thought it would be pretty cool and it would just add to the diversity. So they have a couple options when it comes to the stage that Joker will come with, and I want to talk about some of the ones I think are likely. The stage idea that I think would represent Persona 5 the best would easily be Mementos. Easily. Mementos is basically the palace that represents basically everybody in the location the game takes place in, for those that don't know. It's also a really big part of the story and has the best potential for hazards that involve like many type of Persona out of like any stage they can include. As far as the stage is concerned, I think it would be cool if a different path is chosen at random each time the stage is played. Each path would have its own aesthetic like in the games, and Persona in the background appearing and doing something, whether it be attacking or just being there. The Reaper for sure has to show up. Like, come on now, it's the Reaper, bro. I'll be pretty hyped to see the Reaper on this stage, but he has to show up as a major stage hazard. Now that I think about it, I think that would be like really clean. I don't know exactly how the stage would be laid out, but I assume it would have walk-offs, maybe, because Mementos of course is just a bunch of train tracks. I'm guessing it would have walk-offs. Another stage option they have is a palace or palaces. It would be amazing if they could somehow have a stage that's a random palace from the game each time it's loaded, or it could be one stage that changes between all 7 palaces mid-game. That would be pretty dope. I'm not even gonna lie. Each palace would have its own unique layout and hazards, and because of that, they'd all play differently. It would be the first stage in Smash history to be multiple stages in one, basically, and I think that would be fire. I know Gamer is kind of like that, but it just changes the layout. It's not like a completely different stage. I think the palaces idea would be like really dope. But maybe I'm just hoping for too much. But yeah, it would just be dope to see. Of course, they could just have a single palace, and I think that palace would definitely be Sai's palace. It's the most story significant palace in the game for sure. Sai's, right in front of Okumura and Shido's, and it would look fucking amazing, bro. Good lord. Mementos deaths instead of Mementos would also be cool, and it could have a cool cell mechanic as like the stage hazard or whatever. Yeah, it would be pretty cool. I'd honestly be fine with one of those 4 options being the stage, but another stage option that they do have that I'm not too big on for this particular situation would of course be the Velvet Room. The stage would do a good job representing Persona as a whole, and it could also have some type of like cell mechanic. Igor along with the twins, who would probably be some type of hazard, would appear on the stage. It would be cool, but I don't think it's really ideal for Joker in particular. This is honestly what I'm looking forward to the most from this DLC pack. Like, the music in Persona 5 and just Persona in general is fucking raw as hell, and holy shit, there is so much potential for the music Joker stage will come with. What I think will happen is that most of the tracks are from P5, and then they'll have like regular battle themes from like every other like Persona game. I'm just thinking of hearing A Lone Prayer in Smash, and bro, I'll be the happiest dude on this planet if that song made it into the game somehow. I think the obvious shoe-in Persona 5 tracks are definitely going to be stuff like Last Surprise, Life Will Change, The Velvet Room theme. Whims of Fate. Mementos, of course. Freedom and Security. Keeper of Lust. Willpower. And Blooming Villain. And bro, and my hype is out for Blooming Villain, you don't even know. I also think every single Palisades main track will be included as well, because why not? And especially if they go to multiple stages in one route, which is very unlikely, but yeah. They could also have some real world tracks in the mix, like Tokyo Daylight. And especially Layer Cake. Hearing a track like Joudaboth or Joudaboth, I don't even know how this shit is pronounced, but hearing a track like that in Smash would be insane, so I do hope they include it. I think they will though, so fingers crossed. A slept on track I'm really hoping is in the game is the track that plays during the break time puzzle, I believe, from Okumura's Palace, and it also plays at some other points in the game. But yeah, the track is called Run Run Run. I actually love this track a lot, and I don't know, the first time I heard it, it just gave me Kingdom Hearts vibes. And I remember it taking me forever to find on YouTube, like when I first heard it during my first playthrough. I just hope they don't overlook it is all, really. They could also include various other tracks from the other Persona games, and I would not even complain a bit. I just don't want to get my hopes up too much though, but considering this is a DLC pack, I'm sure they'll stuff a lot of tracks into it. So yeah, my hopes are very high for the music. I included the link to a playlist that features a full hypothetical list of tracks that could be included in the description, so be sure to check that out if you're interested. Yo, I am mad excited for this DLC to drop, if you couldn't already tell. There's so much we could really get out of it that I had to make this video. I just need that gameplay trailer and release date to drop, and I'm honestly set. But for now, I can always sleep knowing that Joker is legit coming to Smash along with Persona music, and I'm just happy as hell, bro. I put a lot of work and thought into this, so I hope you enjoyed it. Again, I'm very interested in hearing your thoughts, concepts, and wishes in the comment section, so feel free to share. I have a Twitter where I tweet art and just tweet about shit I'm interested in, as well as updates on stuff regarding me as a whole. So check that out if you want. I'll definitely be doing more Persona content in the future, as well as Smash content, both here and over on Twitch as well. So be sure to sub and follow respectively if you're interested in that type of content. Joker is hype, Smash is hype, Persona is hype. We out.